Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of the Fight Gods podcast. It's your boy Nico G here with the big cousin Will G, here to talk to you about what's going on in the combat sports world today. And tonight we're joined by a special guest, the best mustache in the fucking lands, Ben Doucette. What's good, partner? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing very well, guys. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. I'm excited to talk about some stuff that happened this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, thanks for dropping in, Nico. You said about the mustache. What's up with the facial hair, man? What happened?
Nah, man, you tell me. I'm over here looking like the assassin baby. Well, you over there rocking that what you got? The Dagestani,
the
Nurmagomedov.
There you go. I think we lost Ben. He'll be back here in a second, but so I didn't lose a bet, if that's what you're thinking, man. The story is way sexier than that, bro.
Nah, man, you kind of look like Hugh Jackman over there. You got some Wolverine vibes going on.
Hugh Jackman in the building, of course, man.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. So the story with the mustache is an interesting one, Nico. So what happened was,
You can have mine.
you know how over time when something happens and the wife keeps asking you to fix it and asks you to fix it, and then it's like every time anything happens, she just like, oh, I like how you fixed it and this, but I haven't done anything to it yet. So she had a little part in her car on the door. It's like a plastic piece that looks kind of chrome.
Okay.
And she like kept asking me to fix it, and I just kept forgetting, man. And I couldn't find any super glue. I kept forgetting to get it. So this went on for like 2 weeks. So Saturday morning, I find some super glue. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go fix her car. And so, I go out there. I tell everybody, I'm like, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to, I'll be outside. And I go out there. I get the piece. I super glued it up. And I squeeze it on there. And I put it on. And, bro, it was hot on Saturday, man. It was in the 90s. So I went to wipe some sweat like this. And I didn't realize the tube had busted. I had super glue all in my hands.
No.
I wiped
Stop
it like,
fucking with me.
I promise. I wiped it on that half of the mustache. And, bro, it burned so damn bad too, man. It was crazy. Like, so about like this much of it had that. I didn't have any nail polish remover at home, but I don't think it would have mattered. But I don't know if you like have ever touched like super glue. That shit burns your fingers. Just imagine how it feels on your hand, on your face. So I had like a big chunk of super glue in my mustache. I was trying to peel it out. And I said, fuck it, man. I just took the clippers, took it off, shaved it down, came out, man. And now I'm part of the Dagestan army, bro.
Nurmagomedov.
That's the new nickname, man. That's actually my fight name.
Yeah, cut it out right now.
I was like, bro, I was in the bathroom and like I had the door open because of what, I wasn't using the bathroom. I was just trying to get the stuff off my face and nobody knew what was going on. I had run through and like William's coming over there asking me questions. I'm like, look, I'm having an emergency right now. Just, I send him off. And then, so then, when I'm trying to get it off and it's stuck to my face and the hair, I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. And, bro, like I said, that burnt so bad. I was like, oh boy.
Nah, man. I remember like just being a little badass kid. You take the crazy glue and you just put it on like fabric or like the couch or something and burn a hole in that shit.
Yeah, for real. And you see it smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that shit smoking. I bet that shit was awful, bro.
That was no joke, man. For real. Like I was hot that day, boy. I was not in a good mood, man. And it's just like, it was just one of the most random things ever.
What episode is this?
This is number 40. Let's see. I'll have to look in 1 second. It's getting up there, though. I think it's 42 or 43.
All right, now that we changed the facial hair, this is a new season.
Yeah, okay. This is season 2.
Season 2 of Fight Gods.
Yeah, for real. What's up, Keith James? You're in the building, bro. Leave us some comments, man. Ask some questions, all that stuff. I don't know what happened to Ben, Nico, but look, bro, I've got a bunch of our memes and everything this week, but I'm gonna wait on those. But I do want to show you something here on the screen. I just want to get your opinion of it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Sandhagen being
The favorite?
Almost a 2-1 favorite over our boy TJ Dillashaw.
Yo, look, how do I
Is it
feel
due to
about
the
that?
inactivity?
Yeah. It's definitely due to the inactivity. And I feel like they're just putting a little respect on Corey's name, man. You know, that last win over, what was it, Frankie?
Frankie, yeah.
With that knee, I just think they're putting a little respect on that man's name. He's dangerous, you know. And the thing is we don't know how long TJ been doing this shit. That's what the unknown is, what is probably getting people to go more in favor of Sandhagen, because when you come back off that shit, it's been proven that most guys ain't the same. So it's the question is was TJ who we thought he was, or was he always on this shit? Was he just really good at his cycles, or you know, we're gonna find out, man.
Yeah, definitely. So let me ask you this, man, because we know that TJ is mostly a striker, but he's got decent skills everywhere, pretty much, in my opinion. And about 1 year ago, actually about 13 months ago, Corey Sandhagen got choked out by Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, this is true, man. This is a fact.
And so Frankie just kind of waded in and got kneed in the face. And Marlon Moraes wasn't really able to get too much going as far as like wrestling and stuff going. Do you think that TJ may come in there and do wrestle heavy offense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. I thought so too. Ben, I was just getting Nico's opinion of this right here, of Sandhagen being almost a 2-1 favorite right now against Dillashaw this weekend. What do you think of that, man?
He's on the roll, you know. He's got the momentum on his side. He's proven himself while TJ's been sitting on the sidelines. And I know Dominic Cruz doesn't believe in ring rust, but it's a real thing, man. I mean, he hasn't been competing while these other guys have been getting better. So, I mean, I'm not like writing TJ off entirely, but I can understand why people would be on the Sandhagen train right now for sure.
Right. I can see that. Now, let me ask you guys this before we start getting into this weekend's results. That's why we were showing this first, Ben. We were just waiting for you to come back. But can we judge TJ off of his last performance when he got knocked out by Cejudo in 30 seconds?
No.
Is that any indication on how he's going to be fighting this weekend?
Fuck no. What weight was that at?
That was at 125.
Yeah, he cut an extra how much? No, fuck no.
Yeah, he cut an extra 10 pounds. You think that had a lot to do with him getting knocked out?
Yeah, 1000%, dude.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
What about you, Ben? You think so too?
Well, he got caught, right? I mean, Cejudo's no slouch. I mean, he's known for his wrestling, but you have power when you're a wrestler, period. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. But the weight cut hurt him for sure. But no, I mean, you can't really judge somebody on a 30-second knockout. If you're gonna judge somebody on a quick knockout, then judge Jose Aldo from every fight after Conor McGregor, right? I mean, that's an 8-second knockout. So I like TJ. I think he's very strong. He's a great wrestler. He's very fast.
Don't say shit, Will. Shut up.
But with that being said, if I were to 13. Pick right now at this exact
13. I'm gonna leave.
Nico's a big Jose Aldo fan, and you were there for that fight, Nico. Is that right?
Shut up. Yes.
Ben, I have the official T-shirt from the event.
Yeah,
I asked Nico to get me one. He didn't get it for me though. It's not the. Listen, actually, it's not the official T-shirt from UFC 194. 194,
yeah,
right?
I got the original, baby.
Bro, I've got the official Jose Aldo walkout tee,
yo.
Which lasted a whole lot longer than the fight.
All right, yo, Ben, you trying to be the new co-host? I'm gonna tell you all my shit.
Oh man, Nico's over there threatening to quit.
I'm about to cry.
But I think Ben's a little bit frozen. But yeah, no, I agree. I just, I wanted to see what you guys thought, man, because it's hard to judge somebody that just got snake bit like that. That was my point. And plus, with the extra weight cut, I felt like that definitely hurt him. A lot of guys, they go down thinking they're going to be stronger at that lower weight, and man, like some of them are slower. It seems like lately. Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but have you noticed lately that the guys that go up in weight seem to be doing better than the guys that cut that extra 10 pounds from where they normally fight?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you know, prime example was like Anthony Pettis knocking out Wonder Boy,
Mhm.
GSP beating the piss out of Michael Bisping. Now, you know, Adesanya, it didn't work out for him, but we saw that his wrestling is just not what it should be.
Look, if you're still putting in the road work, but you get to eat healthy and just fight at your, weight, your natural weight, then, yo, come on, you should definitely be performing better. You're not gonna gas out as quick. Your chin's gonna hold up a little bit better. Like, that should just be expected, man.
Yep. Okay.
Right, you're comfortable. You're not drawn out.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, I don't know if you guys know, but TJ was on the Food Truck Diaries with Brendan Schaub this past week, and I'm just going to read a quick quote to you guys. He said, "People can go say whatever they want, and more power to them. That's the decision I made. But USADA actually put me under a microscope after I got in trouble, man. They went back to all my fights that they ever collected my samples and retested all of them, all the way back to my Rafaela Sunsao fight after Dominic Cruz, because they keep an A and B sample every time you get tested. No matter what, it's going to be like that. I made the mistake. That's like USADA's weapon to use against me, to really slander you so no one else wants to do this shit. Oh man, getting an Amber Alert. Sorry, guys. That's like USADA's weapon to use against you to really slander you. I don't know. It's not my kids. That my kids are good, but hopefully
and it's 10 p.m. Ain't that normally when the commercial come on? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
There you go, man. But basically, the last thing he said was USADA uses it as a weapon against you to really slander you so no one else wants to do this shit. Those questions are valid because I fucked up. I made the decision, but me being able to live with that, me owning up to it, has made it fucking easy." There you go. Nico, what do you think of that? Do you believe that they went back and sampled all of his old old samples?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can be good at your cycle.
Right. I mean, that's absolutely true.
You can be clean on the night of the fight, but what about the shit you did building up to it? Like, you can be clean by then.
That's true.
People know the game. Like, there's a reason why people say that they see needles circulating around the gym, man. Like, that everybody can be full of shit. Like, come on, man. Some of y'all are out there doping up. Like, let's just be real. It is what it is. You're good at your cycle. Maybe one time you off. Maybe that shit lasted a little longer. Like,
right. Hey,
picograms, bro.
Picograms, yeah.
Pico.
Did you ever see? And I don't know if it was just a claim or if it was actual facts. I'm trying to look it up now. But about a year ago, or maybe even a year and a half ago, maybe there were claims that TJ Dillashaw had a chemist working in his camp.
Stop.
That's what supposedly it's a college professor who teaches like chemistry or something along those lines at a college, and he was helping TJ with his nutrition. And I got a feeling that if that's the case, then what Nico's talking about, the right cycle and everything, that dude probably knows how to manipulate it. What do you think, Ben?
I mean, if it's true,
yeah,
that is a whole nother level of deceit and trickery that someone is pulling. Maybe he's the snake, right? That's the guy they used to call the snake.
Yep.
Yeah, man. If that's true, that's an insane way to try to cover your tracks. I mean, we thought John Jones hiding underneath the octagon was bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's something else.
No kidding, man. No kidding. I'll have to find that story. But also, did you guys see the stories that when is that from? That back in May, that people were saying that TJ had spies in Corey's camp, and they were like secretly like videotaping him training and stuff with their phones. Did you guys hear about that?
Nah.
Oh yeah.
That was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was another one circulating. Like, bro, this dude, like everything you hear about him, it just makes him out to be like the biggest like sleazeball in the history of fighting.
And he looks like such a like a wholesome, good kid.
He looks like a frat boy. You know what I mean? And
he smells like white privilege.
Bro.
There you go.
Bro, TJ Dillashaw looks like that guy who showers too long at the gym because he wants everyone to see his dick. Like,
yeah.
Hey, let's be real. Let's be real, Nico.
You know,
wait, does he shower too long because he wants everybody to see his dick, or is he just trying to see more dicks pass through the shower? Which one?
Both, bro.
Both of them.
It might be. You know what he is? He's actually Johnny from the Karate Kid 2.0. That's what he is, man.
Nah, man. He would never sweep the leg.
Oh man, he would sweep the leg if he knew it was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get to results, there's a couple other stories I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick, just that are going around. Dan Hooker was kind of throwing shade at Islam after the other night, saying that he got bored watching him and had to watch the fight on fast forward. Do you think he's trying to angle for a fight against him, and is that even a good idea at this point?
Somebody's got to do it because everybody in that division looking pussy right now.
Yeah,
honestly,
the only guy who's been constantly calling him out is Rafael dos Anjos. RDA has talked shit and called him out.
Well, he called out RDA, so let's see if he put his name on that dotted line now.
I agree. Go ahead, Ben.
So did you see the pre-fight stuff where Michael Chandler didn't even try denying that he didn't want to fight Makhachev? He's like, yeah, nobody wants to fight this guy. He's like, nobody wants to fight him. Didn't even try to deny it.
He said, I gotta put my analysis hat on. No, motherfucker, you gotta put your fighter hat on. That man just called you out. You look pussy right now. Talking about I gotta put on my analysis hat. Get out of here.
I don't remember where it was. It might have been Paul Felder. Might have been one of you guys. I was watching something somewhere where somebody said Makhachev would literally be the worst fight possible for Hooker. Why is Hooker out there calling out literally the worst fight possible for him? Like, he would get absolutely mauled by this guy. You
saw the swagger on Makhachev. He put his arm around Felder. He said, look, I know you in my division, but why y'all all ducking me? With his arm around that man. And he's like, look, I just watch you perform.
Retired, bro.
Yeah, he looked at you like, I just watch you perform. That's why. What you mean? Don't nobody want smoke with that boy.
I'll tell you,
man,
guys.
that guy.
Go ahead.
That guy is, until someone beats him, that guy's going to be champion. Like, it doesn't matter. His style is just these Dagestani wrestlers, dude. People aren't ready for him. They're a new breed. Look at them all over. They're dominating pretty much everywhere they go. It doesn't matter if they're in Bellator, PFL, or UFC. They're winning fights everywhere.
Right. The only thing that I'm worried about, and if it happens, I'm gonna hope for the best. But I have a bad feeling that with Beneil Dariush looking so good lately, that he's almost gonna get like fed to the lions and end up having to take that fight.
Probably.
Unfortunately.
You know, that is the one fight. And I'm not saying he could beat Makhachev, but that's the one fight that would be a problem for Islam. He's got really strong grappling. He's got some pop in his hands that you can see that he doesn't need to connect clean to clip you and send you on ice skates. He's done that in a couple fights. Like, if anybody does get fed to Makhachev, I would not totally think Makhachev would mop him. I really wouldn't.
I said we'd hope for the best. I've liked Dariush for a long time, and I'd love to see him at least get a title shot at some point. I just, that might be his way there, unfortunately. But yeah, like you said, I'd probably lean towards Islam, but personally, I like Dariush better. But before we get too much into Islam, we'll go ahead and talk about what I think
Islam does Tony Ferguson way worse than Beneil.
Yeah, definitely.
He does him way worse than Beneil did.
He finishes Tony.
But Beneil was too nice, bro.
Yeah, That's just what I'm judging it off of. Like, I know we can't do MMA math like that, but that's what I'm judging it off of. Look, it's a big fucking beetle in front of me. I gotta kill this thing, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Can we watch?
Nah, like I can't.
Are you gonna karate chop it or
something? Like, nah, I'm gonna take my fucking grinder and smash this motherfucker.
Not your flip flop.
Yo, chill, Will, before it fly at me. Relax.
Oh man.
Bring us
Nico's
to the next topic, Will, while he's killing.
Live action. So, in my opinion, this was the hottest news of the day for me. I don't know if it got around to everybody or if you guys even caught wind of this, but
that motherfucker was big. Oh my god.
He's coming back. He's coming back with his costume, man.
Oh shit, y'all. Oh my god.
That's funny. But no, so Nico, I was telling Ben, in my opinion, this was the hottest news story for me in MMA today. I don't know if it got around as much as it should have, but I feel like Dana White is now making excuses for Conor McGregor. And listen to this quote. He said, McGregor had ankle issues for the last couple of years. He had asked if he could tape his ankles coming into this fight, and he got clearance to do it from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and then he opted not to tape them. I don't know why. He has chronic arthritis in his ankles. Seriously, Dana? Come on, man. For real. Like, I feel like that's just, now he's just making an excuse. Nico, don't eat it, man.
Damn, that is a big-ass beetle.
Yeah, look at that motherfucker right there, Will.
That's serious right there, man.
Yo, Annie up right now if you watch it. How much y'all give me to eat this motherfucker right now?
Oh man, we don't.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. I might
go to PayPal the kid right now. Annie up, PayPal.
Ben might be your co-host at that point because I think I might quit the show if you eat that shit, man.
Come on, try to take us to the next level, baby.
So we're gonna be kind of like Jackass at that point.
Whatever it takes.
For real. Did you hear that quote though that I said about Dana White?
Nah. You said that he was talking about Conor having arthritis in his ankle.
Yeah, he basically said that Conor has had ankle problems this whole time, and that Conor asked the Nevada State Athletic Commission if he could tape his ankles.
Well, you know that's Dana's bottom bitch.
Right, coming into the fight. And then he said, and you know, he's got bad arthritis in both of his ankles.
Come on, man. He got to save face for his baby girl.
I feel like he's definitely making excuses at this point. I don't like it. I think Dana should say, hey, you know what? He lost the fight. He'll be back, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But don't sit there and try to make excuses for him. You know what I mean?
100%.
There doesn't need to be anything more said about it. The only way that this is going to end is when they stop talking about it. All right. Yeah, it was messed up what happened. But I mean, come on, bro. You lost that first round 10-8 on 2 judge scorecards. It wasn't getting better for you.
Nah, hell no.
It wasn't.
You know, and I'm not trying to toot Dustin's horn or anything, but it wasn't going to get better for Conor. And not that I wanted him to break his leg, but bro, stop making excuses. Stay the fuck off the internet. Rehab and decide if you're coming back or not. That's the next thing to do. The division needs to move on without you anyway. All you're doing is holding it up.
Right. I agree with that. But I mean, I think that by the time he makes it back, he shouldn't even be in the top 10. He hasn't won a fight at 155.
You know what I want to see?
5 years. What's that?
I want to see him run it back with Max.
With Max. Okay.
Yep. That's what I want to see.
Let me ask you guys this real quick.
They already got something going on with the title, right? With Max's division.
Yep.
He just beat Cater. Like, Max is a big name. He's a main event guy. Like, let him run it. Let him run it with Conor for a big payday. Let
at
him
155.
Fuck yeah, why not? Max will do it. He's not scared.
Max is too hell bent on that rematch with Volkanovski. He's not doing anything until he fights for that belt again.
Yeah, probably not. Hey, what do you guys think of this right here? At this point, I mean, I think it would probably be a good fight with both of them on the decline. You don't think so?
I would still prefer Max over that. Or Gaethje. I watch Gaethje do it. Give Gaethje the payday. If you're not gonna put the title, him in the title picture, I watch him rock with Gaethje.
Yeah. I just don't think Dana could let Conor take another L at this point. If he does, I think he's done.
Yeah.
You know, if he even makes a comeback, which
there's no way Conor loses that fight.
Yeah,
right,
that's an easy W for Conor versus Tony, I feel like.
The only way Conor loses that fight is if Tony comes out there and just storms him, gets a takedown, and throws up some kind of submission. That's the only way.
No.
Lock up with him, get him in a head and arm triangle, something.
I think that could be like he might do him faster than he did Aldo. He might do him faster than he did Aldo.
Aldo?
Yeah.
This Tony right now, after the damage he's taken over the last 3 or 4 fights, like I don't pick Conor McGregor ever. It would be lights out. Yeah. I just Conor's got too much power in that left hand, and Tony doesn't cover up, dude.
Nah, he eats him.
Hey Ben, I'm glad you said 3 or 4 fights because he's lost 3 in a row. But I truly believe the 4th fight ago, which was against Anthony Pettis, if Pettis didn't break his hand, I think he would have won that fight. Pettis gave him a lot of damage in that fight. They were at one apiece. We looked up the scorecards. They were at 1 apiece. And Tony did not look good, man. He was getting worked in certain parts of that fight. And Pettis wasn't looking bad. But then, Duke Rufus didn't want him to go back out. He'd broken his hand or whatever. But after that fight, man, he didn't look that great coming into the Gaethje fight. And then who was it? Oliveira.
That fight to me was the start of where Tony really, like you said, man, he took so much damage in that fight. Yeah. And that was the start for me. I mean, you can only take so many, the bell can only take so many rings before it cracks. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah. Absolutely right, man. Absolutely right. So we'll run down the card from the other night. We'll just do the main card. Actually, we will start with Daniel Rodriguez versus Preston Parsons, which was the main event of the prelims. Did you guys catch that one?
Mm-hmm.
No. I thought Rodriguez looked great, man. Second, I know he's won 2 in a row. I think he's won more than that, but I know for sure this is his 2nd win in a row because he beat Mike Perry, I believe, before this.
This is 3 for Rodriguez now.
Okay. So, yeah, he looked really good. Knocked out Preston. I didn't really know much about Preston coming into the fight. I almost feel like now it was just a highlight reel for him.
Parsons was 9-1 with like 9 submissions, so he wasn't a striker by any means.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So yeah, that was a good way to end the prelims. The first fight on the main card was Billy Q versus Gabriel Benitez. I guess it's Quantrillo. I hate to say people's name wrong, but Billy dominated this fight, but the way they were building him up, it made it sound like he was just going to run through Benitez, and he didn't. I think this fight actually kind of hurt him a little bit. What did you think, Ben?
Billy was one of the guys that was big during the COVID there. He fought a couple times in a row on a couple of shows there. So they're trying to do him a favor. But like you said, I mean, if the commentary is going to be a little biased, then the fighter needs to be able to back that up. And I mean, he finished Gabriel, and he really did a good job. But I mean, he should have done a little bit cleaner job than that.
Right. And he was coming in off of a loss to Gavin Tucker, the fight before that. Just so you guys know, that was in December. Nico, did you see that fight?
I only saw Stevens, Marion, and Islam.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man, there was so much going on this weekend, I guess for you too. So the second fight of the main card was Rodolfo Vieira versus Dustin Stolfus. I didn't really know much about either of these guys. I'd seen Rodolfo fight before, but it wasn't like I knew a whole lot about him. I think he's had like 3 or 4 fights in the UFC. So he's 8-1 after this win. I still don't know much about Dustin. Did you know much about him coming into this, Ben?
He was a guy, I don't no disrespect to this guy at all, but he was a bounce back fight for Vieira. Rodolfo's, excuse me, he's like an Abu Dhabi Combat Club black belt or a winner. He's a slick jiu-jitsu guy, and he lost his first fight, which was a disappointment for the UFC. So this was kind of a bounce back fight for him. So I didn't invest much in Stoltzfus or however you say his name again. I'm not sure, but it was definitely Vieira's fight to win anyway. And he did.
Yeah, he did. Yep. So, man, I was kind of surprised about the next fight, not at the outcome, but just about how it all went down. And that was Mantuz Gamrot versus Jeremy Stephens. And that ended at 105 in the first round by submission. Nico, what are you laughing at, man?
Nah, man, go ahead.
You laughing at me butchering the last name?
Nah, not at all. Just
I was shocked. I was just shocked about the way that it went down, only because Stephens didn't land anything clean at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. What do you guys think of this fight?
For a guy, why was he going for that submission? He went for that Kimura, right?
Right,
yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
horrible idea.
Why did Conor McGregor go for a guillotine? Like, what?
Exactly.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Why did Conor McGregor go for a takedown against Nate?
So you wrestle now?
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not in the cage, so I shouldn't be like, oh, he should have done this. But you don't do that. I thought he should have defended better to try to get himself out of that position instead of going for a submission that he didn't have a chance of grabbing on.
Right.
I mean, did he even land a clean punch? I mean,
nah, he didn't land anything, man. It was over before it even started. It seemed like
100%.
And
he got caught, man.
Speaking of that, though, so I have a question for you guys regarding Jeremy Stephens. He's 1-6 in his last 7 fights. Like, but he's losing to Zabit, he's losing to Yair Rodriguez, Calvin Kattar, he's losing to guys that are elite. What do you do with Jeremy Stephens? Do you keep him around, or do you? I mean, he's 1-6. Guys have gotten kicked out for less.
Yeah, man. Like the way Dana chopping people, he probably just letting him fight out his contract at this point, man.
Yeah.
Man's 28 and 19 right now. Like,
yeah.
It's not looking too good.
Is that just his UFC record?
Yeah. No. That's his overall.
Yeah, but man, so you remember the other night they were showing how he's like, what record was it that they said he's close to breaking? Was it total fights?
Getting punched in this shit.
Yeah, for real. For real. Hey, man, when he pushes people, they stay pushed. That's what he said before the fight. What the fuck he's talking about? Because, you know, he pushed. Who did he push? In his last. Yeah, in his last fight. Was it Kattar that he pushed?
Oh, no.
Back in May of last year?
Drakkar Close.
Oh, okay. Got you, Jock. Got you. Yeah, okay. And that fight never happened? Those two never ended up fighting?
Yeah, because he hurt his neck. The guy that he pushed. The guy that he pushed said he got whiplash or whatever.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, it's all coming back to me now, unfortunately. Holy shit.
And they were like the co-main event of that card, too.
It was like a fight night. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Besides a split decision loss 2 fights ago, it really seems like Gamrot is on his way to the top of the division. So 155, I know he's not in the top 10 right now, but he's got to get close to a top 10 fight real soon. I mean, in the UFC right now, he's 2-1, but like I said, one was a split decision. I think a lot of people thought he won that fight. It was fight of the night. The night Ortega fought Korean Zombie. So he's definitely somebody to look out for. And that's the other thing. Jeremy Stephens went up to 155, which he hasn't fought at in a while for that fight. And I mean, he's been getting worked at 145. So now he's going up, 10 pounds to even stronger and harder hitters, But yeah.
If you're the UFC, and you want to keep Jeremy Stevens around for the fact that he's company man or whatever, literally only book him and stand up bangers against guys that don't give a shit about anything else.
Yeah.
Facts. Because he's
Like,
not
don't put him
gonna
in
get
a
the
fight.
strap.
Right. So
Right.
maybe
What's the point in putting him against these guys? Like, he's
Yeah.
not getting the title at all. And I'm not disrespecting the guy, but it's not happening.
Right. So maybe we put him on ice for 6 months, and he's the next cowboy that gets killed by Conor when he comes back. Because, bro, there's no way they're throwing Conor in there
Oh,
with Dustin on the first fight back.
who the
There's no
fuck is
way.
that guy?
Exactly, man. So
Shit, you're brilliant, bro.
they could throw that out there. I mean, it could be something fun. And it would sell pay-per-views even with both of them coming off of losses.
Conor would explode his head. It would be
Yep. But yeah, so Nico, you touched on it earlier, man. The fighter that I was most impressed with on the card was Miesha Tate. She came out there and she looked fantastic.
Yeah, she did.
I've said it before and I'll say it again right now. To me, she is the female version of Randy Couture. And that was a Randy Couture-esque performance the other night. I was ecstatic. Our boy Rick Little was in her corner, former guest of the show. But yeah, what'd you guys think of this fight?
Miesha had better stand up than Randy.
Possibly. But Randy was a boxer. I mean, but yeah, probably so. But that style of fighting, I feel like she's good at that kind of stuff.
My thing would be, what do you do next with Miesha? Like, who do you match her up with next? Now, I was reading some stuff. I think it was off the SureDog forums that they suggested the winner of Aspen Ladd and I think it's Macy Chasen that are fighting. But I feel like that's kind of a step up too soon. Like, I think she needs a couple fights under her belt before she starts fighting girls that are in the top 10.
I feel like she needs one more tune-up. I kind of agree with that. I'm afraid though that it'll end up being Holly Holm rematch.
It did seem that it was going that way, but I mean, overall, Miesha looked fucking fantastic, man. She worked behind her jab really well. She had great dirty boxing up against the fence. The takedown was there for her. She looked great transitioning with her jits and the ground and pound. I don't think Marion took a fucking round. Like,
nah, she didn't.
She didn't.
Nah.
It seemed like Miesha's like transitions and stuff were better now than before. Like she's improved on that stuff.
Yeah. So like when I hear y'all with like no to Aspen Ladd, but like maybe Aspen Ladd. Like she looks fucking good, man. She looks strong. She was cut up. Good. She was in the best shape I ever seen her in. Like, I don't know, man. I seen Marion give girls fits.
Go ahead, Ben.
I think it was Chiesa that trains with her or trains near her or something that had said, like, this is the best stand-up she's ever had. This is the best shape she's ever been in. Like, this is the most serious she's ever been. And, like, usually they say that shit before a fight, and it doesn't show, like, that much. But it shows. That was the best that I think Miesha Tate looked even when she won the title. Like, she looked great.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. But I mean, you never know. I'm looking at the top 15 at bantamweight right now. You got, let's see, you got Carol Rosa at 15. 14 is Julia Avila. 13 is Saraja Eubanks. 12 is Marion Renault. Obviously, Miesha will jump in there somewhere around there. I actually think they're going to put her up at number 10 and have her jump past Pani and Lena Landsberg because, Lena's not really doing, she's not setting the world on fire right now. But then above that, hey, it would be a good fight for her and a safe fight for her? Sarah McMahon. That would be a smart fight for her to take. I don't know if Sarah's booked up right now, but if she's not, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Have they not fought before?
I don't think so. I could check it out, but
Not even when they were in Strike Force?
Possibly. I'm going to say that, but I don't think so. I don't remember ever seeing
that was
it.
a long time ago. That was a long time ago. I mean,
look at you, Ben.
They're both different chicks.
They fought at UFC 183, and Misha beat her by decision 29-28. Look at that. Good call, man.
Yeah, I feel like that would be more or less. The only reason why I knew that they had fought is because they've both been around for a long time. They're both real veterans of the sport, and they were some of the pioneers of women's fighting. So I assumed they had to have fought before.
Yeah, another fight though that I'd really like to see her get, and I think that she's at 125 though at the moment. What was the girl's name that beat her right before she left? That's like very mediocre. Raquel Pennington. I wouldn't mind seeing her get that win back against Raquel Pennington because that was not Misha Tate fighting her. You know, I didn't think that was really Misha fighting her. You know, Raquel's okay, but
that was a girl that had already made up her mind that she was done with the sport.
Exactly. Totally agree. I don't know, what is Raquel doing now? She's not in the top. Is she at 125 now? Or is she even in the UFC anymore? I don't even see her ranked. She might just not be ranked. I'm not sure. Let's see. Raquel Pennington. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of things you could do with
maybe
Misha,
she was.
Go ahead.
Maybe she's out for medical reasons or something.
Yeah, maybe. But the top of the rankings, like the top 5 or the top 6, well, top 7. You got Ketlin Vieira, Yana Kunakaya, Juliana Pena.
Misha will fuck Yana up.
She will, and Ketlin. I agree, both of them. You got Irene Aldana, Aspen Ladd, Holly Holm, and Jermaine Durandamy. So, I mean, the top.
Give Yana that business.
I could see it definitely, man.
I think it will depend. I think it'll depend on where Misha lands in the rankings come tomorrow morning or whatever.
Yeah.
What she gets next. If Holm is like 2 or 3, it would be. I mean, I guess rankings don't mean shit, but
no, she's not doing Holm.
That would be a hard push. That would be a hard push to get a girl who goes from unranked to like 10 to fight number 2 when you've got more deserving contenders than that.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely think, though, a second fight with Holm is more it's safer than a fight against Jermaine Durandamy. I don't know why, but I just don't like that fight.
Where did you say? Where did you say Landsberg was ranked?
Oh, Lena Landsberg, she is number 10 right now. She's definitely an option.
That's the fight. That's the fight for me right there.
Yeah. What about Ketlin Vieira?
They're both veterans. They're both veterans. Lena's really good. She's not great anywhere, but she's really good everywhere. And it would be taking her number 10 spot. I feel like that would be a really good next fight for Misha.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. But all right. Yeah.
I mean, breaking into the top 10 in your second fight.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, let's go ahead and finish up the UFC event. The main event was Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moises. I don't think a lot of people were surprised that Islam won this fight. I think that it was more surprising that Islam got taken down, though. That was interesting. He ended up on the top in the scramble, but he did get taken down. That's almost like, just a little bit of hope for a wrestler.
I think that he was just not expecting it. He just let the guard down for a second.
Right, but look, did we ever see Khabib get taken down? Only one person, I think, took him down, right? Was it
Gleison? Gleison
yeah,
Tebow?
Exactly. Yep, he's the only one who took down Khabib, I think.
Took him down, right? Was it
Oh, whoa. Oh, there we go. All right. Nico's over here turning it up, man, making me echo. What'd you think of his performance, Nico? Islam.
I thought that he did really good, dude. I thought he did a great job listening to instruction. And, once they told him stop with the stand-up and go to father's plan, then it was a wrap after that. You know, I see him catching a lot of flack for letting it go 4 rounds, but he looked great, you know, and the dude was tough, and he was a jits guy, so you know that his defense was on point, and he still got the job done at the end of the day. So I thought he looked fantastic.
And this was his first main event. I'll just point that out. But go ahead, Ben. What did you think of this performance by Islam?
You know, I don't think that he let it go too long. I just think Moises is that tough, man. You're not ranked number 14 in that division by mistake.
Right. I'm with you on that.
But Islam looked very good. He looks like he's going to be a problem for every single guy in that division, whether they're ranked 1 or 100. He's going to be a problem for every single person that's in that division.
I agree. Nico, you ready for my hot take?
What's your hot take, boss?
A year or 2 from now, when he's in his prime, his stand-up is better than Khabib's at that point.
Oh,
Khabib
for sure.
didn't have bad stand-up, but he's got the makings of a good stand-up fighter. That's an amazing wrestler.
He's more aggressive than Khabib is with his stand-up. He gets after the shits, you know. Khabib was a little more lax with his, you know.
Yep.
Not necessarily a counter striker, but he took his time. You know, Makhachev just gets in there and he kind of bangs, man. You know, he's kind of fearless when it comes to the stand-up.
Yeah. Yep. I agree, man.
Well, isn't that what Habib himself said was like, he's me but with better stand-up?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is right about that. I don't think his wrestling will ever be Khabib's, but his stand-up is so much better that it makes a whole new set of problems.
Yeah.
You have somebody who's almost as good as him on the ground.
Did you see he stole Habib's catchphrase there at one of the interviews he had? He's like, "Oh, everybody else in the division, I'm gonna smish."
Yeah, man, those Dagestani guys, they love to say smish because what's his name says it too, right? The dude,
Kazmat.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Chimaev. That's my guy, man. I can't wait to see that guy back.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, man, I got faith in this Islam guy, and I got faith in Khabib as a coach, dude. He's 4-0 right now with his fighters. Like, he's looking good,
dude.
You know,
Nico's calling him to be coach of the year next year, right? Nico, 2022.
I literally was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you on that. So before we switch, Khabib.
All right, check this out. How about this? Yeah. Not even a hot take, but I'll call it a hot take. In like 30 years, people gonna look at Khabib like he was the cuss of this shit. You know how people look at cuss with Mike? That's gonna be Khabib with this boy Islam. That's how it's gonna go down.
I like it.
Eater of worlds in MMA.
All right, check this out. You ready for this? Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Well, what people aren't like thinking about with Habib is this guy came in with elite knowledge of grappling, right? And then he's sitting at one of the best stand-up academies in the United States at AKA. How can you not be the best coach on the planet right now? Like, you already started with elite level knowledge of grappling, and now you're sitting under a learning tree with guys at AKA who are some of the best strikers in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right next to Javier, who's sewn into DC, and Kane and Luke, all at the same time, man. When they was running shop,
Koscheck.
I like how you said not even hot take, Nico, because it's not a hot take. That's fact, bro.
Yeah,
you just spit fact that he will be coach of the year in 2022. Period.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready for a good laugh? Check this out.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking clown, man. He's such a troll.
He really is, man. He really is.
He's such a troll, dude.
He is a troll, but Dilidanis does have some sick jiu-jitsu. I mean,
he does for sure. But like, I seen this motherfucker in the comment section talk about he knocked out Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Like, I come on, man. I don't take this dude too seriously.
And the problem with that, and I even told this to Nico a while back. Unfortunately, we didn't see the fight, but I feel like guys like that are not going to beat these Dagestani guys. I told Nico, if Charles Oliveira and Habib would have fought before Habib got out, he probably would have TKO'd Charles and the fight never would have got to the ground, because there's no way for these jiu-jitsu guys to get a true, honest to goodness, good Sambo guy to the ground.
Yeah,
I don't think
got
Dylan
to
could
hit
even.
that Eminari roll.
Yeah, I mean, he could try.
Well, their strength, man, it's their strength.
Yeah, right. They got that core strength, and they're all a little bit short. I mean, you're not going to play with these guys, man. You know, I see him backing Dylan Dennis up into the cage and just teeing off on his head while he's got one underhook and just beating the crap out of him before the fight even hit the ground.
Dylan Dennis up, man. Dylan Dennis, he's too small for Islam.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I mean, Dennis hasn't really gotten a whole bunch of MMA experience, am I right? Like, he doesn't have a ton of legitimate MMA fights. He's a really good jiu-jitsu guy, but so is Benny Magalesh, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's true. Yep. And
no disrespect to Dylan Dennis, but you know, he needs a little more MMA experience before I'm confident.
He would get straight up sexually assaulted in that ring by Islam. It would not be a pretty sight.
I feel you, man. All right, let's check this out. I've got another meme here I'm going to throw up for you guys. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious, man. Just there's nothing you can even say about that. But look, Ben, I'm gonna let you go ahead and just pick out a title for this meme. There we go.
I don't even know, man. I wonder if he's accused of DC of eating all the
is
Popeyes
better than
chicken.
Popeyes.
Yeah.
He's accused of DC of eating all the Popeyes chicken.
Yeah. I was in catering. It's not there. I feel you on that. Nico, this is even. Go ahead.
Did you see that meme that was showing Joe Rogan that interviewing Sean O'Malley with his broken leg? And it's like, no matter what, Joe Rogan will get his interview.
Oh, for real, for real. I want both of you guys' take on this, because I'm a little bit torn on this, and I'm leaning towards yes. But let's just go ahead and throw this up there. I want your guys' opinion on this. Ben, you go first.
Mm-hmm.
To
ever live.
You know, until he's proven otherwise, I can't really. I mean, Max Kellerman doesn't really know MMA, but he might know something here.
Yeah. Yep.
How? Derek beat him.
Oh, come on, man. All right, let's see that fight again, and then we'll.
Derek beat him.
Derek did beat him, but
well, I mean Mike.
Derek beat him.
Mike
what do we have to watch again? Derek beat him. I don't care if it was a snooze fest. Was he dangerous versus Derek?
No, and I'm going to say this. I think Ngannou beat himself.
Was he pussy versus Derek?
I mean, he didn't look great. Was that? I'm trying to remember when that was.
Even Tom Brady lost in the Super Bowl, right?
Yo, look, man. Ngannou ran from Derek that whole fucking fight.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a long
you're right
time
about
ago,
that.
Though. That's a guy. That was a long time ago. That was a whole different fighter ago. You know, Mike Tyson had lost it too. You know. But I dare any human being alive to stand and take a punch from Francis Ngannou and remember it afterwards. Okay,
Derek was there for it.
That guy is the most dangerous man on the planet. He's not choking people out, bro. He's putting them into outer space.
Derek was there for it.
Hey, let's see the rematch, and then we can make an educated decision.
I love Derek Lewis, bro. My balls is hot. I love
Lewis
Derek
was
Lewis.
there for it. He was advancing. He was putting his foot on that gas, and then
Ron just fine ass that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, Nico,
he got the W.
That's true. You're right about that.
So,
Nico,
is Deontay the most dangerous man, or is Tyson?
I mean, Tyson Fury, bro, got the win, right? But Deontay has killed a lot of people.
Though?
No, I mean, I see your point.
Deontay Wilder's saying that he didn't say anything in his interview because his beats were too loud and it hurt his ears, bro.
Man,
he's not the baddest anything.
Who sleep people in a more violent fashion?
Deontay.
All right then.
You're right.
So what we doing here?
Like I said, let's see the rematch.
You put boxing gloves on Francis Ngannou, he's sleeping people worse than that.
I don't know, man. You seen what D. Lewis did to Curtis Blades, right?
That was pretty nasty.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Bro,
that was pretty nasty. But hadn't Francis already knocked that son of a bitch out twice? Like he broke the rock and Lewis smashed it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean, Ngannou's were nice, but Lewis's was fucking amazing. But Nico, anyway, we got to keep going. I just throw me out a title of this meme right here, bro.
Well, you don't know shit about what you're watching.
There you go. I was thinking like, what the fuck happened to the good old days of boxing? What am I doing here? You know, like
Connor fanboys watching the fight.
yeah.
Yo, now every time Stephen A does something, he's like, "Now I don't claim to be a professional in this."
Yeah, Nico,
you
this
fucking
next
better
one,
not.
Right, Nico, this next one's just for you, man. I dug high and low to find one that I hadn't seen yet, just for you. There you go.
Yo,
I'll pass.
No.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna see Aljamain Sterling back again, especially to defend the title.
He's retiring undefeated.
Well, no, he's got a loss.
Undefeated as champion.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a couple losses. Yeah.
Undefeated as champion.
Yep. No, this one's not
never lost.
Never lost.
Nope.
Come on,
Never.
man. That's Aljo Ball.
Right. Now, this one's not funny, but I'll go ahead and we got some comments. There you go. Look at that. Shows what kind of badass is fighting the UFC. Hey, Julia said Tyson is better than I'm sure you're saying he's better than Deontay Wilder. Yep. Brandon said Deontay Wilder, the Phenom, and Stephen A is better than Larry Merchant. Yeah, you better give Julius a shout out, Nico.
That's my guy, but everybody already know what it is. That's my.
I feel
brother,
like you're big timing him on here. You didn't want to give him a shout out, and he's in the house.
No, man, no big time in my guy. That's the homie. Y'all already know what it is. Number 5, Bellator. What's up, homie?
Yeah,
that's right. Y'all better ask about him.
Yep, that's Julius Ingliscus, the number 5 ranked light heavyweight in Bellator. Him and Nico grew up together.
That's the homie.
Yep. Nico, last one, and this is not a meme. This I just thought was awesome, and I had to share it with you guys. Check this out. And I actually have a title for this one. Went from ashy to classy. BIG. Pretty fucking cool, huh?
Yeah, man.
I like that. Like that a lot. The other thing that I think is funny about it,
that's really good for them.
For real. But is Volkanovski wearing the same damn hat 2 years later? Things got to have a lot of sweat in it, man.
Come on, man. That's sentimental value.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, he's saying I'm never changing it up, man. I'm always gonna be me.
Hey, that's a guy. You already know. You are welcome on here any day you will.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. We would love to have you on here. Absolutely, man. Just let us know when you're free. We'd love to get some of your story out there and stuff like that. Now, Money in the Bank last night. Now, Nico, you might be Nico Adamas, but last night I think that I had every single match correct. I did have one thing wrong, but we'll get to that.
Nah, man, you was on your shit. You was on your shit for sure.
I just, I was telling you and Nick, man, with the first show back, I just couldn't see all heels winning, although a lot of them did. I was real glad to see the Usos win the tag titles, which you predicted several times over the last few weeks.
Come on, baby. Strongest stable in the game now.
Yep. And that was during the pre-show. They defeated Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
Yep.
Pretty good match, man. I mean, it has some great spots in it. What do you guys think of that match?
Is my mic still working all right? My headphones disconnected, so.
Yeah, you're good, man.
You sound really clear right now.
Yeah. Did you guys watch that pre-show match between the Mysterios and the Usos?
Yeah, absolutely.
to me, it showed that they're trying to make some of the pre-show matches actually mean something, because it was a hell of a match, if you ask me. I mean,
I agree. Totally agree.
The only thing I didn't like was it shows that you can get a DUI and they'll give you a tag title shot.
Hey man, chill, man. Shit happens.
Hey, look, Brandon said the Uso Penitentiary is back in business.
What they do with John Jones after that hit and run?
Did you actually see that little thing where Roman's like, and you? It's like, I've been carrying you. Like, you owe me one. Like,
yeah. Yep. I mean, hey, so today, what's the guy from NXT? Brunson. You know what I'm talking about? Bronson. Is a big dude.
Not me.
Yeah. Oh man, why
North
can't
American
I think of his
champion.
name? Yeah.
I guess he's let's see. Oh, Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Bronson Reed.
Yep. So apparently he is he's Samoan, but he's from Australia. And he basically said today on Twitter, don't quote me on this, but basically, hey, you guys are missing an Intercontinental Champion or something along those lines. Like they should bring him up to be part of the family, which I thought was kind of cool. Apparently, there must be several Samoans in Australia because Mark Hunt was also. So
they're like those Maori warriors, right? I
think so.
Is that New Zealand or is that New Zealand?
Mark Hunt was from New Zealand, wasn't he? Yeah, I guess just that part of the world though has their own
Samoan heritage.
Yeah, definitely. But moving on to the next match, it was the women's Money in the Bank contract match. It was Zelina Vega versus Tamina versus Natalya versus Naomi versus Liv Morgan versus Asuka versus Alexa Bliss versus the winner, Nikki ASH, almost a superhero. And Nikki came out and won that match. I did call that, Nico. There's a little bit of an asterisk next to it because I said that if the TBD was either Bayley or Becky, they'd win. But as soon as it was Tamina, I was like, there's no way they're not putting Nikki over. I just had this feeling, man, only because they gave her that character. They're investing a lot into it. They got to do it. They got to go full blown on it.
Yeah.
Nico, you should grow a Ben mustache. I agree.
Brandon's the man. You should grow a Ben mustache.
Bro, that's called the super stash.
Bro, did you see Booker T's Ben mustache last night?
Did he have one?
Nah, I didn't even notice it.
He had a big old mustache going last night. I said, that's the man right there.
Oh, man, damn.
Hey, Ben, did you hear the story? Did you hear the story earlier why I shaved my mustache?
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties, but I could hear everything. You just couldn't. I tried to talk. It would have been terrible.
Gotcha. Brandon, look at the beginning of the show. The first thing I talked about is why I had to shave my mustache and go with the Dagestani look. What'd you say my last name is now, Nico?
Yo, Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov. That's me, bro. Don't try to steal that, Brandon Carl. We got that copy written and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I thought that the women's match was good. Nico, I wish they would have went with my idea, having Nikki win the match and Alexa basically somehow either her getting Alexa up or Alexa convincing her, and you have everybody down and they win the tag team titles right there as soon as she wins. I thought that would have been a cool way to do it. Put some stock back into the tag titles. I mean, look, people were booing Tamina and Natalya, who are supposed to be, they're supposed to be like second generation, third generation superstars, and
they were the workhorses for that match too. Did you notice that? Like every time there needed to be a save made, every time there needed to be a stop made, they were like the workhorses for that match.
Yes.
Right. Natalya's good. She says that she wants to be remembered as the greatest women's wrestler of all time. She never will be.
No, man, that's going to be Charlotte. So
that'll be Charlotte Flair. She could retire today, and she'd be the greatest professional women's wrestler.
Becky will go down as the fan favorite, but Charlotte will go down as the greatest female wrestler. Like not because of her daddy, because she.
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about that. Like,
Bianca might. She might nick on them heels, but Charlotte is it.
Yeah, she's great. Like I said, Natalya, she says she wants to be remembered as the greatest. She never will be. She will be remembered, though, as somebody who was there for I don't know, she's has to have been in the WWE for 15 years now.
Yeah.
And she's consistently been good that whole time.
Yeah.
And you see how the landscape has changed around her. I mean, I don't think that any of these girls that are in the WWE now were there in Natalia's first 5 years on the main roster. So it definitely shows how consistently good she is. But that's what she is, consistently good. She's never been great. You'll never see her in a main event like you saw Charlotte and Becky and Ronda. You'll never see that with Natalya unless she's against somebody like huge. She just couldn't carry it herself.
Unless they go to Canada.
Canada, there you go. I agree. I digress on that one. But yeah, so the women's Money in the Bank match was good. I'd say as far as the main card goes, I'm thinking it was the least smooth match of the main card. And those Money in the Bank matches are hard. I mean, there's so much to set up, Ben. You're a former wrestler. There's just so much stuff that you have to prepare before time that, it's hard for everybody to be on the same page at the same time. But what do you guys think of this match?
There was a lot of weird spots. Like there was a spot where I think it was Liv Morgan and Natalya each had an end of the ladder, and each girl got a spot in while they just held this ladder in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, it was just kind of clunky. I mean, it wasn't bad by any means. It was a really good match. The ending, I had never seen anything like that before, where there's all of the competitors on each side and somebody just climbs over all of them. I've never really seen that before. So I thought that was neat. But it was kind of clunky, but I mean, it was good. But I agree with you. I think that as far as quality wise goes, it was probably the lowest match on the card.
Yeah. What's up, Chili Willy? Pro wrestling royalty in the house. ECW original. Everybody's homeboy, Chili Willy. What's up, bro? Glad you could join us for a little bit, man. But Nico, I mean, did you enjoy that match at all?
Yeah, actually, I did, man. I thought the women did a fantastic job, and I actually didn't mind the ending. I was pulling for Liv. I did want her to win it, but I didn't mind them going with Nikki because I do think it's going to validate her character. So it can only propel her. As long as they don't have her cash in on the women's champion, like she should go to tag title routes.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like I was saying, but I thought it was. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought it was a good match. I just didn't think it was as smooth as it possibly could have been. I think that other years the women have had a better match, but that's only because I think the competitors in other years have been a better pool.
Do you think they should give the women like a title like the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title or something like that? Like,
yes, I do. I sure do, but I think that
100%.
Either they can keep it on one show or the other, and whatever show they keep it on, you keep the tag titles on the other one.
Like a TV title or something like that.
Yeah, I just think you got to keep two on one show, two on the other.
I feel like that could be, if there was like a mid-card title, that could be like the one title that you could have on both shows.
Yeah.
Because there's a good talent pool on both Raw and SmackDown for the mid-card of women. But like you said, Nico, there's just nothing for them right now. Like,
yeah.
It would be kind of hard to sell. Like, looking at it from right now, would you believe that Nikki ASH is beating Charlotte Flair if she cashes in on Charlotte, no matter what condition Charlotte's in?
No.
Not unless Charlotte will like wrestle Becky and they're both laid out like they were that one time. What was it, like a last man standing match or whatever they did? That's about the only way.
If they did that, there's no way that character gets over. If she comes in and fucks over Becky Lynch, there's no way that character gets over.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that.
Legitimately, the only reasonable thing is what you said. Tags.
Yeah.
It would be a novelty title run at best, man. Like, you know, she could probably get away with it, but then after that, every time she defended the title, it would have to be some cheap shit. How she won, like, you know, like some roll up or
kind of like what was his name in ECW? The dude Mikey Whipwreck when he was the world champ of ECW.
Yeah.
Chili Willy, tell me in the comments, man. Is Charlotte Flair the greatest women's wrestler of all time? Let me know what you think, man. But yeah, it'd have to be Mikey Whipwreck, you know, or like Spike Dudley, how he'd be getting his ass kicked, hit the Dudley, you know, whatever.
Acid drop.
Yeah, and then
Come on, baby.
But they set her up. Look, people are talking shit about that character, but they set her up in a good way because she like survived those beat the clock challenges, and they were slowly building her back up. Like, oh man, she's not beating these girls, but at least she's not losing to them either. And it was like a slow build, and then all of a sudden, they switched her to that. I wish they could have done something. The Dudley Dog. Hey, I wish they could have done something though, where like I don't even know, and I know that they've probably done this before several times, but they could have had Nikki hit her head on the floor and then think that she's a superhero. Somebody, give us a reason why she became a superhero. You know what I mean? Like, let her hit herself on the head and be convinced, hey, I'm a superhero. Sure, why not? But I wish that it was just it was a good build up, but I think they just transitioned her way too quick, and it was like, okay, how did this happen? But yeah,
man, I will never forget that interview. Like her just being in that full blown costume. Like, this is who I am now. Like, all right.
So weird.
That's what we're going with. That's the built. Like a costume change is like a big thing. Like
right.
You know what I mean? So just to be there in that costume with no build. It's kind of like what was his name, Mojo Riley, when he tried that like blue like chip shit on his face. And just showed him in the fucking mirror with the blue like line through his eye and shit.
Yep,
like, bro, this
like
is
a lightning bolt.
Yeah, this is never going over, my guy.
No,
some David Bowie type shit, dude.
Yeah, for real. But Nico, the one I think that we all agreed on this match. Last week that AJ Styles and Omos were not going to lose the Viking Raiders, which they didn't. I thought they gave the Viking Raiders more offense than they honestly needed to. They really came off strong in this match.
Yeah,
but
they're putting Omos over heavy.
Man, that guy is big.
Massive,
he is a big dude, man. Yeah.
Did you see in the pre-fight hype that literally the only thing they had to say about the Viking Raiders was, well, they played bowling and they went pool and they did this? Like, they haven't wrestled at all. They've just been doing some stupid skit shits with the fucking Street Profit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, these guys are getting the title shot for winning a battle royal out of nowhere.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But look, knowing the WWE, Omos goes singles, Undertaker comes back and kills him, and that's the end of this dude's push.
No, chill out.
That's what they end up doing with all these tall guys.
Undertaker don't want no smoke with Omos.
I'll say it right now. I'll say this is what I think is going to happen is by November in Survivor Series, you'll see AJ Styles wrestling Omos because they'll split up.
Yeah,
what?
I can see it.
No,
I don't know right now.
Dude, imagine the selling that AJ Styles will do for that guy.
Yeah, that's true, man. But damn.
And who better to feud with? Like they'll split up. He's gonna blame Omos for losing sometime, or they'll do the classic thing with the split up, and AJ will talk shit.
He'll smack him while he's talking.
AJ will do that heel stuff. You'll see it. Maybe not as far away as Survivor Series because that's too big of a show, but.
Chili Willie says no, he doesn't think Charlotte's the greatest that they just pushed her to be, but in his opinion, it's Medusa. I do like Medusa a lot. I don't know if she's the greatest. She's really good though, man. Medusa was top of the line. But Ben,
as far as in ring work goes, Charlotte can keep up with most men though. Like she's on another level physically than a lot of these chicks are. Like.
That's true. Chili said Medusa won titles in other promotions. She did. I think she was the AWA champ at one time. She was the WCW champ, WWF champ. I mean, she definitely did a lot in the business.
Charlotte came up in a time where WWE is the most prominent organization. So, like, if you're going to go win a title, that's the only place that you really want to go.
It really matters. Yeah. I agree.
If you could go straight to the big leagues, you go straight to the big leagues.
Right. I mean, that's true too.
And territory wrestling was a thing.
Yeah. Hey, Omos versus Dolph Ziggler. You want to talk about some selling? That would be a match where you see some selling one-on-one. Those two, I would like to see that actually. Dolph makes the little guys look like giants. Just think of how good he can make Omos look. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
You think if Charlotte left WWE today, they're not going to put the title on her at AEW?
Maybe the men's. Maybe the men's title.
You know, I mean, like they would go crazy with her if she was just like a free agent.
Yeah, I mean,
any organization she went to, they would put the title on her. Like if we just talk her organization, if she went to NWA, they're easy put that title on. She go over to fucking big time wrestling and like fucking Pawtucket Field, like they put the title on her because she's the one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. Do you guys?
Medusa got screwed because of all the politics. Like when she jumped ship, she was, you know, she was just a victim of shitty politics in WCW. They didn't give a damn about her. They just wanted to take her away from WWF. So they kind of screwed her.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know when Charlotte's contract is up, but don't be surprised if she does go to AEW. You know how Cien Almas did. I don't even know what they're calling him now.
Yeah,
but you know that's her. Hey man, that's her fiance, bro.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked. And you know, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. And plus, you know, Ric Flair, such a big, prominent name in Southern wrestling. You know, hey, get them both, man. Buy one get one free or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but let's go to the next match. Because AJ and Omos, they needed to win this match, but it shouldn't have been 13 minutes. It should have been like 5. But Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. Nico, I'll go ahead and ask you, what do you think of this match?
I thought it played out how I thought it would play out. Bobby Lashley is he's the guy right now.
Right.
It's going to take much more than Kofi Kingston to get that title up off this man.
Right. So, Ben, the reason why I said the other asterisk next to me having a perfect prediction for Money in the Bank is because if the thing, like I said, didn't happen with Nikki, I thought that they'd do the men's match first, have Big E win the title, and while Kofi was getting obliterated, that Big E would come down and save him and win the title. I think that would have been. Yeah. I think that would have been huge for Big E. That would have been a great push, but
when Lashley put Kofi up against his shoulders and he ran his head off that post, like to start the match, I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah,
like, not putting Kofi over tonight.
Nah. So
for me, that Kofi Lashley match served literally the one purpose to establish Lashley as the man, undeniably on Raw,
right?
And it just adds fuel to the fire for Lashley to want to get that one back. And, you know, if there was ever any question, because his matches with Drew were really close and it could have gone either way and there was some shady shit, you know what I mean? There's no denying it. He's the man and Roman's the man and you got to choose your own poison kind of thing. Like,
and the week before that, Lashley had cut probably the best promo that he's ever cut himself.
Ooh, bro, literally ever.
Yeah,
right? Literally ever. I was sitting at home. I don't typically watch Raw live. I don't really get to, but I was like, oh shit. He said bullshit on TV.
Yeah, man. Like he went hard, man. So, you know, I thought that he was going to demolish Kofi. Like there was no chance for Kofi, and he really did. And I remember at the end of the match, I said, Kofi really didn't get that much offense in.
He didn't.
That's a good thing, dude. That was like when Brock Lesnar took John Cena to Suplex City. Everyone's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't remember. Honestly, me personally, I don't recall ever watching a match like that dominant when Brock did John Cena like that. Like that was fucking shocking to me.
Yeah, they definitely made Brock look
maybe Brock versus Kofi.
Yeah.
Garden. But look, Kofi got in some high spots. Remember, he did like some flying, kicking, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it didn't work, but he definitely got some offense in.
Yeah,
it wasn't effective, you know. But I actually liked the match that Brock and Kofi had for Madison Square Garden. I thought that was pretty cool. But the way that they did it with Bobby Lashley, it was great. They did it by submission. He had in the the
referee stoppage, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what it looked like to me. but because he was swinging him, but Kofi's arm was going around.
Oh,
but I
okay.
thought it was only from swinging.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looked like Bobby made him tap with his own arm. Like it looked like Bobby was making him tap.
Yeah. So, but the next match, and you guys, we all talked about this off the air. This was probably the best match of the night, in my opinion. Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley by submission, 16 minutes, 50
match
seconds.
of the night. Why? Thanks to who?
I mean, hey, yeah, Charlotte Flair. But look, Rhea did a good job in that match too, though, man.
Did.
She was solid.
But you know who took that match up a notch. Don't play.
No, I'm with you.
For me, it was the best match of the night because at the beginning, when the crowd was chanting, either
Becky.
we want Becky or Becky Lynch or whatever, that match could have gone shit real quick. But those girls stepped it up. They pulled on their fucking big girl panties and they said, Becky who? They said, who are you looking for right now? You're not looking for Becky Lynch. You're looking for Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
Exactly.
This here was my favorite part of the whole pay-per-view.
To start it off, too, like, look at her. That's the best heel in the business right there. That's how you take the fans and you go, oh, you're going to do this shit? Bring it on even more because I already know what I'm about to throw down right now. Her hitting salt off the top rope out of the
bro. Yeah, bro.
What are you cheering for now? What are you doing right? Pick your job.
Fantastic.
Pick your job right now.
That was the moment. That was the moment the fans picked her to win right there, bro.
Guys doing that shit off the fucking apron out of the ring. You know, besides like Ricochet and motherfuckers like that, she climbed to the top rope and did that shit. Stop it. Just stop.
Oh, man. I forgot. So I forgot a couple memes I was supposed to do during this. All right. So for the women's Money in the Bank match, check this out. That is crazy.
I love it.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
So, also, for the tag title match.
The second rope? Like, stop.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. Check this out, though, Nico. For the tag title match with AJ, I forgot to put this meme up. What do you guys think of this?
Yeah, that's solid too.
Yeah, I like that one. Pretty good, man. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I forgot to do those memes as we went along. That's all right. Better late than never. But yeah, Charlotte Flair definitely turned it up a notch. So the men's Money in the Bank match, we had Seth Rollins versus Riddle, which I still hate. They should call him Matt Riddle. Riddle just sounds fucking dumb. Ricochet, King Nakamura, who hasn't won the King of the Ring tournament yet, I guess, but they still call him that, which is kind of cool. Kevin Owens versus John Morrison versus Drew McIntyre versus the winner, Big E. I loved this match. I thought it was really good. And, man, those guys worked hard in that match. They really did. I think they put on an excellent match. I thought, what was it that Ricochet did that was like, I can't even remember, man. He did something.
He jumped off the ropes, landed on the ladder, jumped off the ladder, landed on the ropes, and did that moonsault.
Yes, that was like breathtaking.
Hit that flip, yeah, that shit was fire.
Here's a question for you guys.
Yeah,
you guys have been fans for a while. Have you ever, do you ever think there's been a better lineup, like guy for guy in a Money in the Bank match ever? That's
tough.
That's some of the most athletic. That's some of the best dudes you can put in that specific match. Like, I know we've had ones with Edge and like big name guys, but
I'll have to look, man. I don't want to do that off rip, man. Like, I feel like we've seen Kofi and Dolph in there together with some other guys, and they killed shit. And fuck, man, I don't know.
Yeah, but you had guys like Sin Cara. Was Sin Cara going to win Money in the Bank? Hell no, Sin Cara wasn't going to win Money in the Bank.
No.
No, you're right. So the Edge
maybe the first one that Edge won, because that had like Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, Kane, Edge, Chris Jericho.
That's fire right there.
Hey, look, the one that Mr. Kennedy won had Edge, Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, King Booker, Finlay, Matt Hardy, and Randy Orton. That's
Wow.
pretty stacked.
Finley,
Wow,
Finley and
that's
Mr.
stacked.
Kennedy cancel that out for me.
No, not Finley. Come on, man.
Finley
He wasn't going to win a
Finley
Money in the Bank match either, though.
What? And Mr. Kennedy, stop, man. He kind of had the juice for a little bit with the mic dropping down the center and shit.
Poor
People
Mr.
were
Kennedy
into
was just
that.
a product of bad booking, dude.
Mr.
He was.
Kennedy.
I love
Yeah.
that dude. I thought he was going to be the champ at some point, man. But
I
yeah,
did too.
I think, they say that he pissed off Randy Orton a few times, and that was the end of his push.
Yeah, unsafe, I guess.
Apparently, yeah, unsafe. They don't like him, whatever. But you guys cannot tell me that the greatest win in Money in the Bank history wasn't Otis. Can't tell me that.
No, stop.
Can't tell me that shit, man.
Boy,
that
it was
all up,
it was so good they gave the Money in the Bank to the Miz, bro.
To the
They
Miz.
fucked that up, man. They fucked that all up, bro.
Yeah. Yep, that was rough last year. I was not a fan of that at all.
So what do you think of Drew McIntyre, dude? Like we were kind of talking about it before the show. Like he was getting booed.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and tell everybody and Nico what your theory is on that, because I totally agree with you. I was kind of thinking it a little bit, but I didn't put much thought into it. But go ahead, Ben.
So you know how they've piped in sound like cheering for guys that they want to stay like faces or whatever, right? So there was no filter in for Drew McIntyre last night. He was getting booed during his promo. He didn't really get cheered during his entrance. So my thought is this: he'll finish up his feud with Jinder Mahal, and then you're gonna see this Drew McIntyre that is bitching and complaining about not being appreciated for carrying the company on his back during COVID. Here comes heel Drew. Heel Drew is gonna come out as soon as Lashley loses the title to Big E.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I hate his promos. I'm going to be honest with you. I think
they'll be so much better if he's a heel. Look at the dude. He's a natural heel. Look at the look on his face. He looks like an asshole.
And I'm not even being funny when I tell you guys this. I know you're going to laugh and whatever. But I think for him to get over as a heel, they need to bring back Heath Slater to be his manager. Heath Slater was fucking magic on the mic, bro. He could get you to love him or hate him 1 week to the next. You remember how he would basically flip-flop no matter what? Hey, Chili said Otis is my guy.
I got kids.
Otis. But no, I think that for Drew to totally be like the top heel in the company, or at least one of the top three, because we do have Bobby and Roman. I think he needs a manager, and I think Heath Slater would be the guy to do it. He's not really doing a whole lot right now. But and with it being Heath, it's kind of like MVP, where you go outside the ring and Heath could do whatever he wants, and it's not like Paul Heyman where somebody would bitch slap him. They know this guy's an actual wrestler and he could do some damage.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely with you, Ben. When you said that, I totally agree that they'll end up switching him over. They've got to. Because, it just wasn't working for him last night. And that crowd, I will throw this out there, that crowd was electric. One of the best wrestling crowds I've seen in years as far as...
They turned up.
Yeah, as far as being in it. I thought that it was a better crowd than WrestleMania as far as being into everything.
You could see the crowd was totally playing everything, because AJ and Omos were supposed to be the heels, right? But AJ got one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, man.
I just think they were so excited to see everybody, all their superstars back and being live. They were just cheering for everything, dude. Top to bottom.
They kind of were cheering for everything, yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. They're glad to be back, man. Come on, man. I can't wait to hit a show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ben, I'm sure you've experienced it, and you wrestle in front of 12 people, you're not having the caliber of match you have in front of 1,200 people. You know what I mean? It's it gets you electric, and I think that's a lot of why the performances last night were better than they've been in a while, because that crowd really energizes you and pushes you to that next level. But
absolutely. Those guys, I don't think there was a bad match last night. I think we kind of already talked about that. Everybody was bringing their best last night.
Yep. So that takes us to the main event. Roman Reigns defeated Edge by pinfall. 33 minutes, 10 seconds. There was like a little bit of fuckery with the referee at the end. And then, Roman ended up getting the win. And then Seth came out and there was all kinds of stuff. But too much to unpack, I guess. But, I mean, what did you think of the main event?
Me?
Yeah, Ben. Go ahead.
I just normally defer to the guest to go first.
Yeah.
I won't lie, man. With the way that the match started with Roman taking his time and like the weird feeling out process, I thought somebody might have been hurt. I was like, this seems like they're trying to drag this out just to fill space. But the match was just a slow start. So because it ended up picking up and being a really good match. But the ending was just too overbooked for me. You could have made the same points by, bringing Cena back on SmackDown or something. Like, I had shut off the network by the time Cena came out. I didn't even know what had happened until I woke up this morning for work at 5 a.m. and I was like, oh shit.
Right. Because Cena came out at the end and
like the match was over. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Nico.
I when the match was over, I saw Roman gesture for the mic, so I stuck around to see what he was about to say on it.
Yep.
That's the only reason I stuck around. But I thought the match was fucking good, man. I thought Edge looked great. Physically, man, he looks like he's getting in better shape every time I see him get back in the ring, dude. And that's pretty fucking wild for his age and the injuries that he's gone through. Roman is the best heel in the business right now. And he's literally like I can see him like understanding the psychology of how to work the match more and more every single time he steps back into that
he's
ring.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah. So I thought they closed out the show perfectly, honestly. And then the John Cena coming out and just doing the you can't see me was just a little, cherry on top. And then he started off Raw tonight. So
So this is what actually happened right here.
Yep.
Okay. But this is what everybody at home saw.
Fantastic.
So I don't know. I'm glad that I'm glad to see it back, bro. He got a hell of a pop, didn't he?
Yeah,
they were happy to see him. I think that I'm trying to think. Probably the biggest pops of the night, like you said, AJ got a big pop. Alexa got a huge pop.
Did you see that John Cena cut a promo afterwards too that they have released on YouTube?
Oh, really? I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't see that. Did he say anything noteworthy?
No, he was just talking about how it was exciting to be back and like how it was mind blowing because the last time he was out there, everybody was telling him he sucked and they're cheering tonight. And like he pointed out a guy that's had a sign that said if John Cena shows up tonight, we cheer. And
nice.
It was a cool moment, man.
Oh yeah, that's excellent, man. But overall, I would give it a strong, I don't know, A- probably as far as it goes, man. Because it could have been just a little bit better. Some certain things could have been tweaked. But I will tell you this: the main event was over 33 minutes. 33 minutes of change. I didn't realize it went that long. It didn't feel like that. It did have a slow beginning, the first couple minutes, like you said, but the action was so good. I just kind of got lost in it, man. I had no idea that it was a 33-minute match.
Bro, man, and you're a liar if you're saying that points in time you didn't think, holy shit, Edge is about to win this.
For real.
They did his job, man. I could have sworn he was about to win that shit.
Yep. I agree, man.
Did you see the part where some fan yells out to Roman, "You can't wrestle," and he looks at the fan and goes, "I'm winning."
That's great. That is great, man. I love
it. That is fantastic.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, Nico. Well, actually, Ben, do you have anything else you wanted to add before we take it? Tell everybody where they can find you at least.
I'm on Twitter at Main Mustache MMA.
Yes.
And thanks for having me, guys. It was a good time. I had a good weekend, like checking this stuff out, so I had something to talk about today. So thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate it always, and I hope you come back soon, man.
Absolutely, anytime. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nico. You want to take it to the house?
Come on, man. We 40 plus deep at this point in time, man. Thank you guys for joining us once again. Y'all already know what it is. It's no need to adjust your screen. It's not Bruce Buffer, but you've been here live at TFG. Thank you for joining us. Holla at your boy. Later.
Later.